you single and feeling out of the loop? Put away that mouse and get out of the house. Join In the Loop, Seattle's brand new activities club just for singles. Go to intheloopsingles.com today.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
You know, in my experience dating, I've found that there is one surefire way to impress the girl that you're out on a date with.
Oh, this is going to be good.
And that is to complain about the bill. That's right. Complain to the wait staff, complain to the manager, cause a scene if you can. Because that says a lot about you. It says that you're not going to take anybody's crap.
That's
Nobody's
right.
getting over on you. And you know what that says? If there's a long-term relationship between you guys, if you're willing to stand up for being overcharged for a vodka cran now, you're going to stand up for something bigger for her in the future. Women love it
We do.
when you complain about the bill.
You are dialed in to us.
And that's what John did on his first date.
What, John?
Right, John?
Yeah, sadly, this is a fact.
Were you like nickel and diming the restaurant?
No, it's just, it was a happy hour, and, well, I thought it was happy hour, and so, you know, it's just like the bill was twice as much what I was expecting. So I wasn't like trying to be, I'm not cheap. I was just like trying to get what I was supposed to get.
Your email sure sounds like you're cheap, John.
Well, no. I should have written it differently because it was just that, first of all, I'm a huge fan of you guys. I just have to say that. I love the show. And second of all, as a fan of the show, you know that I'm not cheap. I'm a good person.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, no. If you're a fan of the show, you know that you're probably a terrible person.
Yeah.
And you like the show because it's free, John. Free entertainment.
So
Okay, but if you went to a bar and the bill was twice what you were expecting, you wouldn't be a little confused?
No, I would be confused. But if I was on a date, I probably wouldn't say anything.
I think you can ask without making a scene, like what happened when the bill came.
Okay, so the bill shows up, and, you know, I took the bill because I was going to pay. I was going to be a gentleman. And I just opened it, and we'd only been there for an hour and a half, and it was like a lot more than I was expecting to pay. So I just called over the waiter, and I said, I think there's been a mistake with the bill. And I knew that I'd screwed up because next thing I know, like, the manager's there, and then the manager's telling me that happy hour ended an hour before I thought. And
It's
awkward.
Like, even the explanation's too long.
Well, the fact that the manager had to come over and
Yeah.
everything else makes it seem like a lot bigger of a deal. Is that why you feel like you're not getting a call back today?
well, there was one other thing.
Oh, there's more to it. Okay.
Yes.
What happened?
So about an hour in, things are going real well. So I suggested that we should go get another drink, but at my place.
All right.
Oh, that's a
And-
pretty bold move.
I wasn't saying, like, let's go to my place to hook up. I was saying, like, let's just go have another drink. I mean, obviously, I would hook up if you wanted to.
Right.
but-
There you go. I was hoping that you would at least admit it, John. So did this happen before or after you challenged the bill?
This was pre-challenging of Bill.
Okay, so you said, let's go back to my place, and she said what?
She said, I'm sorry, I don't do that on a first date. I mean, it was cool. I think everything was going well besides those two things. Like, we were laughing a lot.
Can I ask where you met this girl?
We met at a club.
Oh my God. And an hour into the date, there's no way an hour into a date, a guy I met at the club is asking me back to his house.
No, that wasn't the day I met her. I met her at a club like a week before, and then we went out about a week later, and that's when I asked her back to my place.
Oh, I see.
What's her name, by the way?
Her name's Denise.
Denise. Okay, so you said, let's go back to my place. She said, no, I don't really do that on the first date. And then you said, okay, that's fine. But you know what's not fine? This f***ing bill. They overcharged me. That's a good way to make a first impression, John.
Well, everything else went well.
Was she noticeably upset after all that stuff?
I could tell that things were off. You know when you're like, you feel the vibe like you've lost her? That's how I felt.
What did you like about her so much that you want to do a second date update to ask her out again if you already sort of know why you screwed up?
So the thing that was really cool and surprising about her, and I know this is going to sound horrible, but she's gorgeous, like model, good looking, but she's also like hilarious. And I didn't think that she'd be so funny, like when I met her at the club, and like she was like making fun of me, I was making fun of her, but like in a fun way. She's really cool.
So did she make fun of you after, you know, the ask her back and the bill thing?
No. And so I think that's where I thought that she was kind of upset about how I reacted.
How many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
I have called her 3 times.
And you haven't heard anything back?
Nothing. I should be honest. I called 3 times and I texted about 2 others.
Oh, so you've tried a bunch.
Yeah.
So you don't take a hint very well, do you, John?
I just really like this girl. She's really cool. Denise is really cool. I wouldn't do this with just anybody.
Okay.
So do you want to apologize to her for what you did?
Well, I already did apologize. When we were at the restaurant, I apologized after the manager left. And I guess I'll apologize again, but really I just want a second chance.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, call her, and get your second date update, all right?
Cool. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
John is on the phone with us right now. He wants us to call a girl named Denise today because she's not calling him back after they went out. He met her at the club. They went out for a date. He says part of the reason he thinks he's not getting a call back is because at a certain point during their date when the bill came, he complained about it because he thought it was still happy hour when happy hour had ended. So much so that the manager had to come over and they discussed the bill, and he thinks that was a major turnoff because it got weird after that point. All right, John, before we call Denise and you apologize to her for that incident and see if you can get a second date, I think it'd be a good idea, actually, if I call the bar that you went to as well so that I can apologize to them for your behavior. Would you like me to do that too?
Yeah, why not? Let's do it.
Let's just say sorry to everybody that was involved in your horrible date, John.
Yeah. No, please. Let's call everyone.
Okay.
Were you humiliated when the manager came over to talk to you?
Of course, because it was at the end of the date. It was horrible. I just wish that I hadn't even said it.
Yeah. That's when you look at it and you're like, all right, whatever. It's like 25, 50 bucks more than I was planning on spending. I might as well just suck it up. You know? All right, well, I'm going to dial the phone number right now, get her on the phone, and get your second date update, okay?
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello.
Can I speak to Denise, please?
This is she.
Hey, Denise, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
What's going on? I'm calling you because we recently got an email about you from somebody who listens to our show.
I'm sorry. What's going on here? I don't understand.
It's a segment we do on our show called the Second Date Update.
Okay.
John asked us to give you a call and find out what went wrong on your date, because I guess he's tried to get a hold of you a few times and you won't call him back.
Okay.
I'll tell you what John told us, because we talked to him, and he says he thinks that you're not calling him back because of a moment at the end of your date when he complained about the bill and like the manager had to come over, and he says he felt really stupid after that point.
Oh, no, he lost me before that.
Whoa.
What did he do before that?
I mean, God, I don't know if I want to talk about this.
Was it where he asked if you wanted to go back to his place and you said no?
He told you a lot about our date, apparently.
He did. He told us all about it because he's really curious what he did wrong and why you don't want to go out with him again.
I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to go out with him. I'd feel like an hour into the date and he's asking to go back to his apartment. It sounds like a booty call almost.
I mean, I didn't even want to be there after the first 15 seconds of talking to him.
What?
You didn't like him that
Whoa.
like that soon into the date?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me because you hung out with him for an hour or so still and had drinks with the guy. If you didn't want to be there at all, why didn't you leave earlier?
I don't know. I guess I felt kind of stuck. Like I needed to keep going through with it.
So you were looking forward to it, and then 15 seconds into the date, he turned you off.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So I walked into the restaurant, and I had butterflies because I was excited to see him again. And he was already there. He had a table for us, and he had pulled out the chair for me. He told me I looked beautiful. He kissed me on the cheek.
Oh,
What
that
a
monster.
jerk. I
Oh,
know.
gosh.
Jeez.
Wait. So we sit down, and I asked him, I was like, hey, how's it going? How have you been? And he answered, oh, God. He says, this is going to sound bad, but I forgot your name.
Oh, that's the worst. What are you doing?
How did he not know your name?
I mean, I don't know. we talked for like an hour, and I laughed. I thought he was kidding.
Yeah.
But he wasn't joking?
No, he says, no, I'm serious. And he said, look how I saved you in my phone. And he showed me his phone. And he had saved me in his phone as hot girl from the club.
I have done that before, too.
I currently do that.
Yeah, and you'll be like texting somebody like, I have no idea what her name is. I hope she says it at some point.
I mean, I don't know any girl that wants to be known as the hot girl from the club.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't think it's that bad of an I mean,
Yeah, but if the guy's sitting down with you on a date and then has to go, hey, I know we've been talking back and forth, planning this whole date, but
Yeah.
I don't know your name at all.
It means he doesn't care about your name.
Yeah.
was wasted.
So what did you say to him after you found out he didn't know your name?
I don't know. I kind of felt a little, like, caught off guard. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm Denise. I didn't know how to respond. I wanted him to be mad.
Were you just like disappointed because you really had this crush on this guy and then he didn't even have enough energy to put into knowing your name?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to this date, and then that's how it starts. And from then on, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll just order a bunch of drinks and have him pay for it.
Yeah,
Smart girl.
yeah, it's a good way to do it.
She didn't care about the bill.
Can you put the tab under Denise, please? Name Denise in all caps. Wouldn't you like to just tell him, though, like, hey, this is why I didn't call you back was because you didn't know my name. Maybe in the future you should know somebody's name before you got with them?
I mean, I just figured maybe that's something he should know, but
The good thing is he knows it now because he's actually on the other line listening.
what?
Yeah.
Denise, I couldn't hear you at the club. It was really loud. That's why I didn't. I'm so sorry. I swear I just couldn't hear you that night, and I was too embarrassed to ask you that night what your name was, and I should have just asked then.
Yeah. When you put me in your phone, ask me my name and put it in your phone.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, you have to do that.
You don't go an entire week and then think it's funny to show me that you've given me the nickname Hot Girl from the club.
Well, I was just trying to be honest and tell you I thought it was kind of funny. I thought you'd take it as a compliment. I put you in as hot girl.
I am more than just a freaking hot girl.
What did you want, though, Denise? He's not going to put in very smart, intellectual woman.
He's got to get to know you first.
I mean, it's not like it didn't come up in conversation when we were at the club. We told each other our names. And I mean, I am more than just a person with a body. I don't want to. It means something about him that's all he's thinking about. That he couldn't remember my name from the conversation, but all that he remembered was what my body looked like.
Okay, so that's all I knew at that moment about you. I'm really, really sorry. And if I had the chance to put in a different sort of thing after our date, I swear that I would have put in the most amazing woman I've ever met, or the beautiful girl who I'm lucky to have gone on a date with.
God.
That's cute. Come on.
Pouring it on a little thick, don't you think, John?
Give him some credit, Denise.
And then you couple that with everything else that happened that night.
Yeah.
Are you
I guess you're right. A lot of stuff did
Everything else was
happen.
good.
Everything else was good, John. John, you forgot her name. You yelled at the wait staff about the bill, and then you invited her back to your place an hour into the date, and she said no.
Okay, look, I admit it wasn't like the best date, but that was like incredibly unlucky. One, the fact that I misunderstood what time happy hour was, that's just like bad luck. I heard her name, I just couldn't like hear it well enough at the club. That's bad luck. The only one that's actually my fault is asking her too soon to go to my place. That one I take full responsibility for.
Denise, would you like to go out on a second date with John? We'll pay for it.
I don't know.
Come on.
Just give him another shot. Now that he knows your name and he knows not to yell at waiters.
It's me. I mean, it would be really hard for me to start over on this one.
Do you want to give him a shot, though, and see if he can do it?
Yeah.
I promise that you'll get to know the real me, that you'll have a wonderful time. I'll be a total gentleman. I think that you should give me another chance.
And I'm going to pay for the date so he can't complain about the bill. That's my job at this point.
Yeah, we won't even go to happy hour.
This is against my better judgment, but fine. I'll do it.
You'll do it? You'll go out with John again.
Yeah.
Awesome,
We'll go out
John.
with John again.
God, I can't believe we're celebrating a response like fine.
Congratulations, John. You got a second date.
Thank you, guys. Denise, I promise you will not regret this.
Yep, we'll send you and whatever her name is out again, and you let me know how everything goes, okay?
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Need LASIK? Trust the experienced team at the LASIK Center at Evergreen Eye Center. No glasses, no contacts, no limits. What will you do? LASIK at evergreen.com.
0.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
There's no better way to bond on a first date than risking getting salmonella or some other foodborne illness. I think it's really a good way to get to know each other. And that's what Michael kind of did on his first date with the girl that he wants to call today. We'll get into that in just a second. But what's up, Michael? How are you?
I'm good. How about you guys?
Good.
He sounds healthy, Jubal.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know how.
You know, I read your email for a second date update, and I liked your idea of a first date. We'll get into that, like I said, in a second. But first, tell us about the girl you want to call today. What's her name?
Her name's Madeline.
Madeline, all right. And what'd you like about Madeline?
Well, basically, I'd been out with a group of friends, and she was, like, in the group of friends. We didn't really talk too much, but our mutual friend was telling me that she thought I was cute, and I thought she was pretty cute. So I got her number from the mutual friend and texted her, and a few days later, we set up a date.
So what you liked about her is that she liked you first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She thought I was hot.
I mean, it's a good start. It's a good start.
Yeah. Your idea for a date was interesting. How did you decide to do I mean, first of all, tell everybody what it is, and then how did you decide to do it?
Well, I was kind of tired of just, the old dinner and a movie type thing. I wanted an experience, so I went and looked for the lowest rated restaurant I could find in the area on Yelp.
What?
Why?
That's a terrible strategy.
Well, I mean, we were talking, and we decided that, like, the traditional, like, nice dinners, 5-star restaurants, well, one, they're crazy expensive, but two, they're kind of boring. Like, you go to enough of those dates, and they all kind of blend together, and wanted to try something new. And,
Anybody can try to have like a great meal on a first date, but nobody really tries to have a crappy meal. And I like that. I like that idea.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was searching and searching on Yelp for, like, at least an hour.
Oh, man.
And I found this, like, hole-in-a-wall Italian place, like, way on the outskirts of town. Like, I'd never even been to this area before, but it had, like, 1.5 stars and just no good reviews on the entire thing. So
Oh, that's so bad.
And did it deliver on its promise?
yeah, it really did.
So what happened when you showed up at this horrible restaurant?
Well, first off, we almost didn't show up because it's, like, not advertised on the street at all. Like, we drove past it, like, 5 or 6 times, just, like, trying to find this location.
Oh, I hate that. Like, GPS says it's right here.
Yeah, like, we would pass by it, and the GPS would say, "You're here," and then stop GPSing, and so we would just have to reset that.
You're like, oh, it's actually
that's the
literally this
worst.
dumpster that we're standing in front
It
of.
is this hole in this wall.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm guessing since this was such a horribly rated restaurant on Yelp, there wasn't a long wait for you guys to get a table?
No, we walked in when we finally found the place, and there was literally nobody there. There wasn't, like, a host or anybody in the actual place. And eventually a guy from the back walked out, and first off, he was, like, really uneasy. He was like, "Oh, are you guys the cops?"
What?
And we're like,
Oh, no.
"No, we aren't the cops."
This is actually pretty exciting.
This is great.
Yeah.
That's a normal question whenever you walk into a restaurant, I think.
Then he patted you down to see if you were wired.
No. But then he was like, "Are you from the health department?" Which is
Jeez.
kind of got us a little freaked out about whether or not this food was okay.
And you still decided to eat there.
Well, we were committed at this point. Like, we'd been talking about it, so we had to. But we were like, "No, we're not from the health department." And after that, he like really perked up, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh yeah, well come on, let me get you something."
Okay, there you go.
But then we're sitting there and we're looking for what food we want to get, and we mentioned that it's our first date, and so he takes our menus and goes, "Oh, I got the perfect thing."
Oh no!
That
Chef's
means
kiss.
I got whatever's left in the freezer from whoever hasn't
Yeah.
been here in so long.
Yeah, so we're sitting there for like a few minutes just wondering what it could be, and he just comes out with a big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh!
And that's it. That was his big surprise, spaghetti and
Yeah,
meatballs.
that was
This is a
the big
specialty.
special thing. Apparently he's like proud of the meatballs, like it's some family recipe or something like that, but they were pretty run-of-the-mill. So,
The heat up ones, the frozen meatballs.
Oh, man.
so he actually sits down with us at the table.
What?
So kind of the rest of the meal is us talking to him.
That's got to be nice on your first date, getting to know this weird
God.
restaurant owner.
Sounds so happy to just have
God,
someone
he
around.
needs to be socialized more, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So was she into it, or was she annoyed by the end?
I mean, I was taking it all in pretty good humor, and I felt like she was laughing along pretty well, but I am calling you guys, so
Yeah.
I mean, something went wrong.
Did you get a kiss at the end of the evening, or?
No, there wasn't really an opportunity to be very romantic, but it felt like we had fun. I thought it was worth continuing getting to know each other, but
Okay.
maybe I'm wrong, I guess. Hasn't really been responding to anything.
All right, well, we'll play a song and then come back and get your second date update, all right?
All right.
All right, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, Michael is on the phone, and today he wants to call a girl named Madeline. They actually had one of the worst first dates ever, but on purpose. It wasn't a bad thing. They decided, as a joke, they would find the worst rated restaurant on Yelp and go eat there, and they did, and it was a really weird experience. And then they went to a dive bar after, and he can't figure out why he's not getting a call back. All right, Michael, we're about to dial her phone number. Are you ready to go?
Yeah. I'm a bit nervous, but excited.
And you thought that, like, maybe the date ended up just being a little bit too much for her?
I think so. I can't imagine anything else. I'm afraid I freaked her out, but I remember she was the one who first expressed interest in me, so I'm really in the dark here.
Okay.
You don't think maybe she got food poisoning and died, do you?
Died?
Oh, I hope not.
Well, she's not calling you back. That's the only thing I can think of is she's got to be dead.
The
That's what I
restaurant
always
had
think, though.
1.5 stars, not 0 stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now. Here we go, Michael.
All right.
Hello,
Hi, may I speak to Madeline, please?
this is she.
Hey, Madeline, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I think I made my payment this month already.
Are you sure? Because I'm checking my records and I don't see a payment made.
No, I mailed it like 2 days ago.
No.
I'm not a bill collector or anything else. This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Oh.
You have
Yeah.
some weird bills, Madeline.
I'm sorry. I get lots of weird phone calls.
But if you'd like to submit a payment to me, I would be more than willing to give you my information and you can send a check.
No, I give away too much money as it is. So what's up?
I'm calling you today because we do a segment on our show called The Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and find out what happened. And Michael actually sent us an email wondering if we could get you on the phone and ask why you're not calling him back.
Michael?
Yeah, that's a pretty heavy sigh there, Madeline.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated with Michael at the moment.
Oh.
Really? Can you tell us why?
Well, it was just one of the most frustrating dates ever.
Frustrated?
Yes, frustrating. I don't know how else to describe it. Frustrating.
He said you guys laughed, you had fun, you connected.
Yeah, I really didn't have the opportunity to connect with him because I was like panicking the whole time.
You were panicking?
Yes,
Why?
Why were you panicking?
So I don't know what he told you, but we went to this restaurant like way on the other side of town, which meant we were in the car for like 45 minutes each way.
Okay.
And I think you can tell a lot about a person by the way they drive. And Michael is not a very good driver. Like, probably one of the worst drivers I have ever ridden with. Like,
Whoa, really?
not road rage. Like, I don't mean that, you know.
What did he...
Yeah, like what?
He's just clueless behind the wheel.
So wait, so he was an aggressive driver?
No, not aggressive. Like, the exact opposite. Not aggressive enough. Like jerking on the brakes really hard. Like, I'm, like, flopping back and forth in the seat when he's braking. Like, when we're trying to merge, he slows down instead of speeding up. I swear we almost, like, hit 3 cars.
Yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't want to go out with him again. The people that do that are so obnoxious.
You were actually having road rage while in the car with the driver.
Basically, I was trying to keep myself under control, but, like, you know, my foot's, like, pressed on the floorboard, like I'm the one driving, you know, like, oh, my God.
So wait, you liked him outside of that. It's just you can't date somebody who drives like that.
I mean, I liked him when I first kind of met him. We were all kind of hanging out with some friends, but I didn't really get a chance to talk to him. And so on our date, I was so preoccupied, like anxious about getting back in the car with him for another 45 minutes after the meal was over. I couldn't think about anything else, you know? And then, like, I don't know, the restaurant guy sat down at the table and was talking. So, I mean, I have no idea if I like him or not anymore. I'm just, like, so terrified of him driving.
I mean, it makes sense. If you're going to date somebody, you're going to be in the car with them a lot. I mean,
it doesn't
I guess you could drive all the time.
I don't think it makes sense. It doesn't, like, you really think it reflects who he is as a person.
I don't know. If he's that, like, clueless and unaware, what does that mean about the other areas of his life that are not as important as, you know?
Judgmental.
Good question, Madeline. And we should just ask him because he's actually on the other line listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you. Michael, are you still there?
Yeah, still here.
See?
Oh, my God.
I mean, I'm genuinely sorry that you were scared, but I don't get how. I mean, I was going slow. I was, you know, checking all my blind spots. I was cautious.
Yeah, that was the problem, Michael. We're going 30 miles an hour on the highway.
Whoa!
Well, what you're not thinking about is I'm also trying to impress you at the same time. Like, my mind is on the road, on my phone, and trying to get to know you. It's a lot of multitasking.
Michael, I don't know what to tell you, okay? I mean, you're how old? You're supposed to be able to handle these things, like have a basic conversation and, you know, drive safely.
I was driving safely. I was going slow because I didn't want to freak you out. I'm shocked.
The irony.
Have you ever been told that you're a bad driver before, Michael?
No, but, I mean, usually I'm driving by myself because, I mean, having a lot of people, it gets pretty distracting.
Barely.
It sounds like you get distracted easily.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but, like, we were driving on new streets, and there was a lot going on that night. I was nervous about the restaurant, too. Like, I think you're holding a lot of things against me that were just a one-time situational thing.
Michael, listen. Don't you remember we got to the restaurant, and I'm like, okay, GPS says we're here. I'm, like, pointing it out. And you're like, no. And I'm like, yes, it's right there. There's a parking spot. And you're like, no, I think we should make the block. I'll be honest with you, Michael. I just really never wanted to hit somebody that much in my life as I wanted to hit you right then.
Okay.
I just wanted to get out of the car, you know? Like,
if I had known you were getting violent in your head, then, yeah.
I just can't believe the only thing Michael did wrong was drive.
Yeah, but...
Look, I was in the car with him, not you. And when you're in the car for an hour and a half round trip with somebody who's that bad of a driver, you might consider taking your own life too, okay? Oh, my God. For food poisoning at that restaurant.
I feel you on that one, Madeline.
Okay, that's pretty overly dramatic, in my opinion. You're not going to take your own life because you're sitting in a passenger seat of the car with me, okay?
Okay, right, all right. But I'm just trying to make a point. It was terrifying. I mean, I'm still shaken up about it.
Still.
All right, then how about we go on another date and you drive?
Oh.
That is a good solution.
Hey, let's see
Yeah,
how you're
Madeline,
driving.
would you like to go out with Michael again for a second date? We will pay for it. Not your gas money, though, but we will pay for the date.
I mean, you said yourself that you were so distracted by his driving that you weren't even able to get to know who he was.
That's true. But I'm just thinking about, like, if it were to work out, you know, someday down the line, he's going to be driving, and I just feel like, I don't know, that would just be, I don't know if I can handle it.
Are you serious?
So you won't go out with him again in case you ever have to drive with him.
Madeline, you guys could become the public transit couple. You could just do Uber everywhere you go. You could just drive literally everywhere you go. That's what I do in my relationship.
Look, his driving just makes me a terrible person, apparently. And I don't want to be that person. So I just don't want to risk it.
Okay.
All right.
Wow.
Well,
Wow. Okay. That's not good.
sorry, man. You know what would make you feel better? Maybe go out for a long, slow drive somewhere.
Very slow.
And just make sure you're not in my neighborhood, okay?
Oh, come on.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Very split on our text message board at 78592 right now about today's second date update. If you missed it, this dude Michael wanted to call Madeline. They actually went out on the worst date ever on purpose. They went on to Yelp and they found the lowest rated place that they could find to go eat at. They thought it'd be fun, and apparently it was a weird, kind of crappy experience at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the reason that she wasn't calling him back. She wasn't calling him back because apparently he's a really slow driver, and it was driving her nuts. And she says that she can't date him because the thought of being in a car with him again is just so torturous. She doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, she wouldn't even consider it like, you know, my husband is a very, very slow driver, okay? And before I started dating him, he would drive in the left lane slow even. And I know, I
Worst type of person.
apologize for him, but I don't let him drive anymore.
Yeah, see?
You just say, you know what? And he doesn't like driving either, because people who drive slow are
They're
usually
s-
kind of scared.
Yeah, they're scared of everything. They're, a freeway on-ramp. I'm just going to slam on the brakes right now because that's the safest possible thing I could be doing when people are going 80 miles an hour around me.
What does merge mean?
It really works for both of us. It could have worked for her. She
Yeah.
needed a more open mind.
She decided that she can't even put in the extra effort, though. She doesn't want to go out with the dude again because he drives too slow. And a lot of people are texting in at 78592 saying that they have the same problem with their significant other, that they drive way too slow or, in some instances, way too fast.
You gotta agree with her. Like, it would literally be a fight
Oh,
every
it'd drive me
single
nuts.
time they go somewhere.
Yeah.
It'd be like, go faster, or then she would be driving and, he'd be like, slow down.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Like,
You think the most important thing about a relationship is driving compatibility?
Yeah,
you're gonna
definitely.
get to
Okay.
places
I think it's
together.
very important.
You do? Okay.
Yeah. I drive very fast, and this is the worst possible area to do that in because everybody in Seattle drives incredibly slow. Incredibly slow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And my girlfriend drives super fast, and like I got in the car with her, and I was scared for my life, and I was like, I think I love this woman. This is amazing. So yeah, I think driving compatibility is definitely a very, very serious thing to think about. Text in at
You guys are
78592.
really funny.
Would you date somebody who just drives you nuts
Ooh,
the way they drive?
pun intended.
Moving 92.5.
Looking for the perfect birthday or anniversary gift or a special date night? Well, then you need Zodart, Seattle's only exotic car rental company. Visit Zodart.com to book an exotic special car for that very special day.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Where are some of the sexiest places to meet people? There's always the circus,
What?
No.
the city dump, and of course, an elevator.
Oh.
You got the elevator music just blasting. You guys are looking at each other, and that's when you seize the moment and hit the emergency stop button.
Yeah.
And look at them and go, we're not going anywhere until love shows up. And then you just wait it out, and either you guys connect or the firefighters show up and get you out of there, and you probably have to face some legal action. But that's where Eileen met the guy that she wants to call today on the elevator of love.
Oh.
What's up, Eileen?
You know, elevators are kind of sexy, by the way.
Aren't they?
I agree.
Like, there's mirrors on the ceiling, so technically if you look up, you can see down.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fantasies that involve elevators.
I think a lot of people do.
Yeah, for real, man.
So, congratulations to you, Eileen. You fulfilled a lot of people's fantasy. How did you meet this dude on the elevator?
Well, come to find out, we were on the slowest elevator ever, where every single floor someone was getting in and pushing a stupid button. And it was a lot of old people that just couldn't take the stairs, so it was hard to get mad.
Yeah.
But Paul, looked at me and he was like, well, I guess I should just get out my laptop and do my work from here.
Okay.
Oh, so he's a jokester. You guys shared a little joke together.
Yes, he was a little snarky, and it's not often that you meet snarky people in a business setting, and it was nice.
So this is an elevator in your office building?
Yeah, exactly.
And had you ever run into this guy before?
No, I mean, I've seen him around a few times, but we had never, had a reason to talk.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think he was hitting on you right away, or was he just trying to make small talk for boring purposes?
I mean, he was obviously very flirty, and we went on a date, so I'm assuming that was his attempt at hitting on me.
He could have not been hitting on you at all. Yeah, he's just like, how'd I end up on a date with this girl?
Yeah. Well, you could have asked him out. I don't know.
How'd you guys finally get around to going out? Did you ask for his number? Did he ask for your number?
He was just, elevator boldness all the way through. I mean, we had enough time in the elevator to, kind of chit-chat. And he's like, listen, I'd love to have your number. And I was like, yeah, totally. Why not?
What did you guys do when you went out?
Oh, we went to this super cute pizza place.
All right. And how was the super cute pizza?
It was super quiet. It was actually really uncomfortable. The food was delicious. But, on a first date, we should have definitely just gone to a bar.
Really?
It was so quiet.
Was it an awkward first date then?
No. It was just so, when you just want to, be a little silly and cute and coy and sexy, and instead, the family is sitting next to you, quietly listening because they've run out of conversation.
People that can hear your first date combos.
Dude,
yeah, I
love
understand that
listening in
completely.
on first dates when I'm at a restaurant. I'm sorry, I'm that person that is totally oh my God, do you think that they're going to go out again? What do you think?
So was it a good date, though?
Yeah, it was a great time. We had a blast. It just, I mean, listen, he was super cute. He picked me up from my house, which I thought was very classy.
Uh-huh.
And I'm a big fan of dental health. And he obviously flossed his teeth, which I think is super sexy. Really, there's something, it means he cares. He takes time out of his day to care about himself, and I just love that. And he had the most delicious laugh, just sexy, caramely, masculine.
I feel like I'm attracted to him after a description like that. Let's get this guy on the phone.
Never heard of a laugh being described as caramely, but I like it.
So sexy.
So how did the date end?
Well, he drove me home. He said he had a great time, and I was like, why don't you come in and have a drink? Since we didn't really get a chance to, talk. And he was super into it, so we came in, we had a glass of wine, and then he kind of bailed. That was the one thing that was a little weird.
Wait, how quickly did he bail once he got to your place?
I guess it was, I don't know, however long it took to drink a glass of wine. He didn't stay for a second glass of wine.
Okay, that's not very long.
Yeah.
And were you expecting him to stay the night?
No. I made it, once we got inside, I literally toasted him with, here's to first dates, not first hookups.
All right, so you made it very clear that you were not going to mess around that night.
No, I'm a classy lady.
Do you think that's why he bailed, though? Maybe he had different expectations?
That's my nightmare. I hope not, because I really felt like we had a fun time and we connected, and I just hope he's not a sleazeball that just, bails if he doesn't get hooked up with.
Any other reason beside that you think he's not calling you back?
I don't know. I mean, I know I can be a little aggressive, and, that can kind of be a turnoff for people.
You didn't shout at him on your date, did you?
Shout at him for real?
Yeah, you didn't yell at him.
I don't think she meant aggressive like that.
I mean, I definitely took the last slice of pizza.
Okay. Oh, no, you said aggressive. I'm just making sure you didn't get, yell at him in the pizza place or yell at him at your house or get just kind of aggro on the dude.
I don't know. God, now I have to think about that.
Now there's a whole new thing to think about. All right, well.
Oh, no.
Hang on. We'll play a song, come back, call him, and get your second date update, all right?
All right, awesome.
Okay, hang on.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. second date update.
Right in the middle of a second date update, I'm personally still confused what a caramely laugh sounds like. Eileen is on the phone with us. She described the guy that she wants to call today as having very good hygiene because she could tell that he flosses. She liked that about him. She said he was quick-witted, funny, and had a caramely laugh, which I'm thinking probably sounds like this.
No.
Is that right? Is that right,
Have you
Eileen?
ever eaten caramel before? Do you even know what caramel is?
Apparently
That's what I would describe as a caramely laugh.
Okay, so the person laughing in the background is not a caramely laugh.
That's not a caramely laugh either?
Yeah,
All right,
there
so
it is.
neither of us have caramely laughs, Jose.
Like
All right.
this, like it's like confidence, like a deep-seated confidence, like ha 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 ha.
Oh, okay. You mean, all right, so it was like,
Yeah, I went on a date with Cookie Monster. Yeah,
all right.
Smooth and sexy right
Okay,
there.
we're about to call him right now. His name is Paul, and Eileen thinks that he might not be calling back because when they got back to her place, they were having a glass of wine, and she cheersed him and said, hey, here's to not hooking up tonight, just letting him know that he's not going to get any. And he left shortly after that. She's hoping that that's not the case because she'd like to see him again, but that's the only reason you can think of.
Other than the fact that I'm a little aggressive, and I might have like asked him to laugh on cue at one point.
Would you like him just like laugh again for me? Oh my God.
Oh God, it was so sexy.
All right, well, I can't wait to hear his caramely laugh. I'm going to dial his phone number right now and see if we can find out why he's not calling you back, okay?
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is Paul there?
This is he.
Hey, what's up, Paul? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay. Sorry, who is this?
My name is Jubal, and I host a radio show called Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Hi. How can I help you?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email about you.
What?
It was about your laugh and how sexy it is. A lot of it was about your laugh.
Okay. Thanks for calling. I'm not really interested in like this one of those prank call shows. It's very funny.
This is not
like I'm not very interested.
No, Paul, I promise this is not a prank phone call. They really did compliment your laugh in the email. It's actually from a girl that you went on a date with. Her name is Eileen.
All right. Yeah.
And Eileen sent us an email about you because she really enjoyed the time that you spent together, but now you're not calling her back after your date. So she wanted us to get you on the phone and find out what went wrong.
Oh boy, seems like an odd way to do this. I don't really see how that's any of your business.
Well, I mean, I guess technically it's not really, but Eileen sort of made it our business because she asked us to call you. She just wants to know why you won't go out with her again. Can you give us anything?
It's because she's not a good person.
What?
Whoa.
We talked to her and she sounded like a great person.
Well, you know, I went on a date with her, and I'm sorry, I don't see myself having a future with someone who's a murderer.
Wow, you went from bad person to murderer.
Whoa, murderer?
Look, you called me. What do you want?
I just would love to know how you figured out that Eileen is a murderer.
Who did she kill?
That's a big claim.
Did you see her on like America's Most Wanted or something?
Look, you know, she's very engaging and charming. We went out. We had a good dinner. We went back to her place. She invited me in. I don't normally say yes on the first date, but I was having a great time.
Yeah.
And then we went into her place, and she had a stuffed goose on the wall.
What? I thought you were going to say like there was a dead body in the freezer or something.
There was a dead body hanging on the wall. And I asked her about it, and she told me she's a hunter, all right? And she went hunting, found that thing, hunted it down, tracked it down, killed it in cold blood. And this is not funny.
I'm sorry. It just
there were.
Well, you
Look.
can see how, I mean, it kind of sounds that way because you called her a murderer and then you're telling us
Yeah,
because...
she is a murderer.
Okay.
Okay? Animal lives mean a lot to me.
But there's a lot of people that hunt for food and for recreation.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who hunt, and fine, that's their life. They can live that way if they want to.
I'm not going to be involved with someone who does, and I'm certainly not going to be involved with someone who hunts just to put them up on their wall like trophies. She had a boar's head in there. There were ducks. Like being in a horror movie, okay? I have no interest in dating a butcher, all right? I have no interest in dating a murderer. But you can laugh all you want. Animals are lives, too. And she's a murderer. You take a life, no matter what, you're a murderer. You can tell her that. You can tell her that's why we're not having a second date.
All right, well, you know
angry.
what, Paul? I don't actually have to tell her that you think she's a murderer because she's on the line listening and probably would love to talk to you right now.
Are you freaking serious? You're calling me a murderer because I like to hunt?
Yeah, I am.
I just don't understand. You were at my house. Why didn't you say something then? You literally said, oh, cool.
I was being polite, okay? I was being polite because I wanted to leave as quickly as possible. I don't know, if you're going to kill one animal, maybe you'll kill another one.
So wait, Paul, you left because you were scared of her?
I left because I was disgusted that she would take a life, yes.
I mean, honestly, it's not like I was killing, like, an elephant. It's a f***ing goose. They're vermin. Literally, you have to hunt them. Otherwise, they will cause problems like airplane crashes and car crashes. I'm doing everyone a favor. I'm saving tax dollars. You should be thanking me.
It's a lot of tough talk from someone who has to hang birds on their wall to feel good about themselves.
I don't hang birds on my wall to feel good about myself. I do it because I love natural history, and I love the idea of being proud of what I can do in my culture and my past. It's way more beautiful than just
natural history so much that you're just going to go out and kill it. That makes a lot of sense.
I just think it's disgusting that you would criticize and judge me based on something that brings me so much joy and happiness. My father took me hunting. It's a part of my happiest memories. Every time I look at the boar on the wall, I think about how great my childhood was. You know, probably how you feel about, like, I don't know, douching yourself or something.
I can't handle that.
That was the kind of discourse I expect from a murderer.
Oh, my God.
Because you are a murderer. I stood in your living room. I saw the bodies of defenseless animals staring at me. Have you ever made eye contact with these animals? I'm sure you haven't. You think you have, but you haven't. You haven't looked into their souls and seen the pain on their faces when their lives were taken by some woman with daddy issues who went out to go hunt just to feel good about herself.
Are you kidding me? Grow some f***ing balls, dude. Like, have you ever even held a gun? Do you even know what you're talking about, or are you just speaking out of your ass?
I'll say it takes a lot more balls to save a life rather than take a life, okay? You ever think about it when you stick a gun in those animals' faces, that they have families, that they're just like people? They have lives that you're destroying just so you can have some decorations in your living room?
Oh, my God, Paul, thank you so much. You've made it so clear for me. I really get it now. Yeah, because the last time I saw a f***ing goose build a skyscraper like a human did, or the last time I saw a goose, like, solve a math problem like a human did, yeah, they're just like humans. The next one I see, I'll nickname it Paul, and I'll remember that it has a soul before I kill it.
Hey, that leads me to my question. Paul, would you like to go out on a second date with Eileen? We will pay for it.
I want to go on a second date with him.
Well, I know. I just thought I'd ask him.
You sure made a lot of phone calls trying to get a hold of me if you don't want to go on a second date with me. There's a lot about your
and leave it to a pussy like you to not even respond. I should have known. Only a little girl wouldn't respond. A real man would have been like,
you need to kill animals to feel good about yourself, and you need to get a radio station to find you a man. Wonderful. You're a real tough hero.
Oh, my God.
Whatever. Enjoy your f***ing easy bake oven, you little bitch.
Oh, my God.
Paul, thank you for your time. Are you still there?
Oh, my
Eileen,
God.
I think you scared him off.
Oh, you guys, this is so... Oh, I'm so mad. Like, I wasted wine on that idiot.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Wow. So many thirsty dudes wanting to take Eileen out. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm talking about the second date update. Eileen wanted to call Paul to find out why he wasn't calling her back. Well, it turns out Paul's not calling her back because she's a hunter and she kills animals and she's a murderer. He called her a murderer. But I say that all the thirsty dudes are texting in at 78592 because every single guy that's always like, I just want a guy's girl who would chug a beer with me and shoot a boar in the face with an arrow. Then she'll fart. she's the hottest. All those dudes are texting in right now, being like, hook me up with Eileen. I want to go out with her. She's a hunter. She sounds awesome. I'll go kill animals with her.
We even got a text message that says, I'm a straight woman, but I'd love to date her too.
We got a text in that says, give her my number. She wants a real man. I'm about to go to jail for 2 weeks.
No. Eileen doesn't want
But
that
we
either.
can go hunting when I get out.
What are you going to hunt, though?
I'll see if I can hook you up, all right? Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show, and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Bread and butter wines pair with the life moments you love, offering a rich and jammy Cabernet Sauvignon, a silky smooth Pinot Noir, and a buttery Chardonnay. Bread and butter wines are delicious. Find bread and butter wines in your favorite store.
Moving 92.5. Second date update.
Normally, if somebody describes a first date as being strange and unexpected, that's the introduction scene to a 7-part crime docu-series on Netflix.
Whoa.
At least that's what I picture in my head.
It went from 0 to like 8,000.
Well, you know how they start.
Yeah.
She met a strange man. Next thing, something unexpected happened.
It's very vague, but
Look, I don't know, that's
with
just
the
how,
voice,
you know, that's how things go in my head.
Yeah,
but
totally.
today, one of our listeners said her date was strange and unexpected in a good way.
Okay, that's awesome.
Hey, that's rare.
And now she's hoping to have another. Her name is Taylor. Taylor, you like it strange?
It was really weird. It was a first, all right. I'll tell you that.
Oh, I'm excited to hear about this.
She sounded happy about it.
I'm scared.
So
Yeah.
what's the name of the guy that you went out with? What's his name?
Murphy. I met him online.
Okay.
Murphy,
I mean,
okay.
strange things always happen from online. And
Yeah. So what did you and Murphy do?
So we started out, we were just going to have like coffee and walk around the park a little bit.
Right. It's a good get to know you date.
Yeah, we just wanted to keep it casual and get to know each other, you know.
Okay.
Until something unexpected.
Stop! Scary. I mean, really, honestly, like what could happen that would make it so strange? This wasn't at like 2 a.m. or anything that you were doing this, right?
Yeah.
It was daylight.
Yeah, it was like we met at 2.
Okay.
And he seemed like really fun and comfortable to hang out with. You know, I felt like I could like really kind of be myself around him.
Oh, that's the best feeling.
It is. It honestly is what
Right
you should
away.
strive for in every relationship.
Yeah. So when did things start to turn?
It wasn't even awkward at all. So then we're sitting on the bench, and like he was like on the phone, and his eyes got really wide, and I couldn't really hear what was going on. But all I could hear was he goes, "Don't worry, I'll handle it."
Okay.
Don't worry.
Oh, so he was. I mean, he took the phone call then, right in front of you.
Yeah, but he said, "Hold on, I got to take this. This is important."
Okay.
Okay.
So I mean, that could be anything though.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
you
like-
don't answer a call on a date unless it's big.
Yeah.
But
and-
even handling stuff, what's a good thing that you can handle?
yeah. It sounds like you're about to help someone hide a body.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, you
Hey,
know,
go buy your grandma flowers. Like, I'll handle it.
maybe he's got a library fine, and he means I'll handle it. Don't worry.
Still, doesn't fit, bro.
I don't know.
Who gets library
It could
fines
be
anymore,
innocent.
Brooke?
It could be innocent.
Okay. Well, what happened?
So it turned out that it was his brother-in-law, and so his sister was going into early labor. She was about to have a baby, like any second.
Oh my gosh.
And he'll handle the birth? What is he talking about?
I'll handle the baby.
Yeah.
Well, the brother-in-law was freaking out because he hadn't painted the baby's room yet.
Oh, that's so cute. So what did he do? Like he meant that he's going to go paint the baby's room?
So I thought he was just going to leave, but he actually said to me, "Hey, do you want to come paint the baby's room with me?" And I'm like, "Right now?" Like,
Oh.
It's super cute.
it was cute.
I hope they let it air out.
Really?
That baby's gonna get hot.
Oh my god.
You would be if a guy asked you to go paint a room for your date,
Okay,
you'd
well,
be up for
I
it?
wouldn't paint, but I'd like sit in the room while he did.
Oh my god, Alexis.
That's hard labor.
All right.
Think of babies.
Moving a brush up and down. Yeah, I would totally do it. I think it's darling.
So Taylor, is that what you did? Did you actually do that?
I actually did it, and we ended up having some drinks, and like we got some pizza while we were doing it, and we were having like so much fun.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
You painted his sister's baby room for free, and this guy is not calling you back?
Hey, he's paid her in pizza.
Yeah.
That's kind of messed up.
It kind of is, but it turned out to be so much fun. Like I was over there for 3 hours with him, just hanging out. Like
Okay,
it was so much
3 hours is a
fun. Like,
long time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there anything in that span that maybe didn't go so well?
You know, I have been going over and over it in my mind, and I can't think of anything I did or said wrong, or I didn't have spinach in my teeth. Like,
Instead of doing your paint strokes up and down, did you do them side to side like a noob?
Ooh, not getting a call back now.
Oh man, you need to do the all over, the chaos method.
Oh,
Looks best.
you were thinking with the roller.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even know if she had one of those.
No, but like maybe you were just like friend zoned. Did it feel too like hang out and less date?
no, because at the end we did kiss.
Oh.
Oh,
Maybe he really likes his friends.
as long as you didn't make baby jokes, you're probably good.
Yeah.
What kind of baby jokes
I
did you
don't know.
make?
Did you? I don't know. I just wouldn't want someone to talk about babies to me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never mind.
All right.
All right.
Well, we definitely have a mystery on our hands right now, Taylor. We're going to play a song. We're going to come back.
Unsolved mystery.
An unsolved mystery for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
When we come back after the break, we're going to find out. Was it the paint? What happened with the mysterious baby that never materialized after the date? That sounds really bad, doesn't
It does. It does. It sounds like we should call a homicide team or something.
I got to write these out more before
Yeah.
I say stuff. Hold on, Taylor. We'll be right. A moonlit walk on a secluded beach.
Okay.
Picking strawberries together at sunset. Putting a second coat of polyurethane paint sealer on a nursery room wall. Yeah, it's not your stereotypical romantic first date.
Oh my God, polyurethane. That's pretty intense.
It's powerful.
Bro, I don't even know what that means.
It'll give you some feelings, that's
Yeah,
for
it
sure.
will.
One of our listeners, Taylor, said she felt sparks after her date Murphy got an emergency call mid-coffee date, letting him know that his sister had gone into early labor and that he needed to go and paint their baby's room immediately before they got back from the hospital, and Taylor was invited to go along for the ride.
Yeah.
And she did.
I know, and it's so cute, Taylor, because it really shows what a good brother he is.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was adorable. I actually had so much fun with him.
I forgot to ask, what color did you guys do?
We did, like, light blues and, like, some grays and light greens.
Classic.
Okay,
Neutral.
very classy.
Nice. I like
Yes.
that.
So how long has it been since your date? Because we never asked you that in the first part.
It's been, like, 2 weeks.
2
Oh,
weeks?
wow.
At least it hasn't been 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a toddler now.
I totally get, though, that, like, maybe there's a new baby and he's busy with his family and stuff. But, like, I mean, that would take, like, a week, not, like, 2 weeks.
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe she's still in labor and the baby hasn't come yet.
Oh my God, that poor woman. Oh my God.
But I don't know.
I mean, that's sweet, but I don't think an uncle has a lot to do in the first 2 weeks of a baby being born. They don't do a whole lot.
Hey, we got to write a lot of jokes to get ready for that baby.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, let's find out. We're going to call Murphy for you, and we're going to try and get you your second date update. You ready, Taylor?
Oh, my God, yeah.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Here we go.
Hello,
Hi, can I speak to Murphy, please?
this is he.
Hi, Murphy. My name's Jeffrey from the radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning. You have a second to talk with us?
No. No.
Well, hold on.
Is it free stuff?
Yeah,
It could be. It could be.
maybe, yeah. This call is not collect either. That's totally free. The reason why we're ringing you is because we're doing a segment called a second date update. Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
So then you know how that works.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of which end of this I'm on. Do I get to follow up or still be checking in on me?
Oh, did you send us an email?
Yeah.
This is confusing.
I don't think you remember how this works at all,
Yeah.
actually, after you just said that.
Maybe it's better if we explain. You recently went on a date with somebody, and afterwards you're not calling them back, and they're curious why.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Remembering.
All right, Murphy.
And the girl that reached out to us about you, her name is Taylor.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know. I guess. How?
You okay, man? You sound really nervous.
I get it, though. I mean, it'd be really weird to get randomly called by a radio station and asked about, it's a pretty personal thing. You went on a long date with Taylor.
Yeah.
If I can ask, what was it that Taylor shared?
Well, I mean, she pretty much told us the entire thing, that you were supposed to go out and walk through the park, and you ended up getting a phone call from your brother-in-law who said your sister went into early labor, and that led to you and Taylor going back to your sister's house and painting her baby's room for her.
We did do that. Is that all she said that we did?
I mean, she said you ate pizza, drank a little bit, and kissed. You had a nice kiss.
I mean, she described it as a really nice time with you.
Yeah.
It was really fun. But there might be a little bit more. I'm not really sure it's my place to say this year.
Wait, there's more to the date, you're saying?
Yeah, no, it was super fun, and then it got awkward, you know?
No?
We don't know at all.
Awkward?
I just felt like it was pretty awkward for how fast things went.
Wait, you're the one that invited her back to your sister's house to paint the baby room. That's on you.
Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean move fast?
Like, okay, first of all, that was amazing. I thought that was cool. I had to do that for my family.
Right.
But I'm not sure I can say it on your show regarding this, but we did it.
You
did what?
Nice.
Jose. I think that that's a natural thing to happen between two consenting adults.
Well, what'd you do?
We did it, man. I don't know. I'm trying to be cool here.
Okay, why are you acting so weird about it? Then if you hooked up, then that should be okay.
It's fine.
She was in the baby's room.
That's on you.
Yeah. It's not fair that you've left Taylor hanging this whole time based on something that's going on inside your head.
I mean, I told my brother-in-law. I got pissed.
Why would you tell your brother-in-law? What are you doing? You just keep that to yourself.
You know,
Tuck it away.
You know who you need to be talking to about this is Taylor. And thank God you've already kind of told her, because I need to let you know that she's been on the other line listening and she wants to talk to you, dude.
Shut up. She's not on the phone.
Yes, she is. Taylor, you there?
Yeah. I can't believe that you told people that on the air.
Oh, it's no big deal.
It's fine.
It's not like the baby was present in the room when you guys did it. The room was empty.
Yeah, but they like christened a room that child will live in forever.
Oh,
dude,
they
painted it. They deserve it.
I'm gonna tell you, as a parent, there's much worse things that'll probably happen in the kids. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
So
It's not that big of a deal.
Taylor, how are you feeling right now hearing all of this?
I mean, I get that you feel guilty, but I thought we had a really good connection, and, you know, it was, like, up to you, too, to do it in that room, you know?
That was really fun. It was a good connection. But I didn't know it was going to be as awkward as it was after.
But I feel like it was just so awkward, like, because it was in the baby's room.
It's like being in your grandma's
right.
room.
And it sounds like you made it awkward. Like, why would you tell your brother-in-law?
I felt guilty about doing it in his room. It's not my house. It's not my place.
So you clean condoms?
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good sign, Taylor, that he's very honest.
Too honest,
Well-
honestly.
But, like, if
But-
he ever met me, like, would he know that that was me?
Oh, would the brother-in-law know? Is that
you
what you
didn't
mean?
say it was her, right?
Well, maybe the paint marks on your clothes might be a hint. But it sounds like there's still a connection between you guys. It's just,
And she's
Murphy, you have to
right.
get over it.
If the brother doesn't know, then it's not like it's going to be awkward if they ever meet.
Well, I don't want to lie to him that it's, like, not eventually her. What do you guys think?
I don't think you have to lie to him, Murphy. I just think you just leave it out of conversation. I highly doubt.
Do you have to tell everybody every place that you do it every time?
Hey, name's Murphy. I
Okay.
slept with someone in the car. Nice to meet you.
I don't want to sound pathetic, but, like, what if it's, like, the birth of a new baby and then, like, also the birth of a new connection with someone, you know?
Oh,
I like that.
You're making it deeper.
Are you saying, Taylor, that you got pregnant in there and there's an
Oh my
opportunity?
God, stop it.
I don't. What are you saying?
I'm just
what are
saying,
you
like,
saying?
like, maybe...
He really wants you to answer that.
Murph just got nervous.
Well, I don't know. It's only been 2 weeks, so I don't know.
Oh, Murphy, you may have to see her again. No matter what.
Yeah, I mean, just to be a good guy, Murphy, I need to ask you, would you like to go out with Taylor one more time? We're going to pay for it.
It'll be a funny story someday.
I guess I'll go out with her again. Maybe we can do it at my place.
Okay.
You don't need to plan
Yeah.
it.
That's
You really don't.
really romantic.
Send out a memo to let everybody know.
Excuse me, do I get a say in this? I mean, I'd like to say where we get to do it.
That's fair.
Brooke and Jubal.
If you're just tuning in for today's second date, Ethan is on the phone and he's not getting a call back from a girl named Alyssa. And I'm actually really surprised about it because he took her out on a beautiful spa day for their first date. They went out to lunch, and then he plucked her hair from her face. You know, a lot of people, Ethan, pay good money for that. You should have maybe even grabbed some cucumbers at the restaurant and threw them on her eyes and just act like, hey, spa day, out of the blue.
Well, if we can get a hold of her, maybe I'll tell her that.
All right.
Hey, I did it for free.
Yeah, if you missed the first part. Ethan thinks he's not getting a call back because while they were eating lunch, he reached over to remove what he thought was a stray hair from her chin.
Oh, God, huge
and
mistake.
the hair was attached, and he ended up plucking a hair from her face. And it was awkward for a while, but he does say the date ended with a nice hug, and it's been about 4 or 5 days since she hasn't been responding to him. So we're going to call and find out why in just a second.
In retrospect, Ethan, do you wish you would have apologized or made a statement about the hair? Like,
I don't know, maybe. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Maybe I'm in not bringing it up and trying to be polite. I actually made it worse. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, maybe she's just embarrassed, or maybe she's just mad that you took her hair and never gave it back. You said,
You owe me
Yeah.
a hair.
big jerk. All right, well, I'm going to dial her phone number right now and see if we can figure out why she's not getting back to you, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, man, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Alyssa, please?
This is she.
Hey, what's up, Alyssa? How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm good. I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show?
You're from a radio show? I don't understand why you're calling me.
Yes, I am from a radio show. It's called Brooke and Jubal in the morning, and I'm calling you today because we got an email from one of our listeners about you.
What?
Yeah, can you think of any reason somebody would email our show to get a hold of you?
Did they nominate me for a makeover or something?
dude, that'd be sweet.
No.
I
no.
wish that was the case
Yeah.
for you.
We don't really do stuff like that, so
Yeah.
no makeover, I'm sorry.
I don't understand. Why would someone email you about me then?
Because you guys went out on a date, and now you're not calling him back.
What?
Yeah, equally
Yeah, his-
exciting, right?
His name is Ethan.
Oh my God.
Do you remember going out on a date with Ethan?
Yeah, that I do. I totally remember that.
Okay. Well, Ethan emailed us because he said he really enjoyed going out with you, but ever since your date, he's been trying to call you, and now you're not responding to anything, so he was wondering why.
I don't want to see him.
Is it because he plucked a hair out of your chin?
We just went straight for it, did we?
He told you that?
Yeah, he did. He said that's the reason he thinks you're not calling him back is because he plucked one of your hairs on the date.
Oh my goodness, no. That's so embarrassing.
Don't be embarrassed. We all get a stray hair from now and again.
I guess so, but why would he tell a radio station this and email you about it?
Well,
it was a big event for him.
He emailed us because he wants to get a hold of you, and we asked him why he thinks you wouldn't want to see him again, and that was the only thing he could come up with because he said you guys had a really good time other than that.
No.
No, you didn't have a good time other than that?
We did, but there's just one thing that freaked me out.
And it wasn't that he was collecting your hairs one by one?
Wait, hold up. Did he tell you he was collecting my hairs?
No, I was joking. It's just a joke because of the one hair that he pulled out.
Oh, my God. My heart skipped a beat.
Yeah. No, he didn't tell us that he was collecting all of your hairs. He just thinks that's the one reason you don't want to see him.
I mean, it was completely embarrassing, but that's not what it was at all.
No? So there's more to it than that.
I don't even know if I should talk about it. I don't want to put his business out there.
Well, he wants his business put out there. Yeah. Like, he actually asked us to do this so that his business could be out in the streets. So he said he's willing to hear whatever it is. So if it's on him, then you mind just telling us?
Well, okay, so what did he tell you about the date?
Well, he told us that you guys met through a matchmaker, went to lunch, and you played a game where you show each other, like, the last photo you took on your phone to try to break the ice. Okay.
Yeah, the first photo.
All right.
Yeah, and we did that, and he showed me a picture of his nephew.
Okay.
And
Is that a problem? Was his nephew kind of ugly?
no, his nephew was cute.
Oh, okay. Deal breaker for me. Yeah.
I never want to mix my jeans with that line.
Yeah.
No, but he kept going on for the next 30 minutes. He just kept talking about having babies and kids.
Like he wants kids, like now?
Yes, he is completely obsessed with having a baby. That's what I got from it.
Really?
Like, what did he talk about?
Well, he said it was a dream of his. Anytime he's out and he sees something that he likes with baby clothes, he buys it. He has a stash. Yes, he has a stash in his house of baby clothes.
Are you kidding? He's a single bachelor that has a baby clothes stash?
That's what he said. He even knows the room that he's going to convert to the baby room. I mean,
He's already like nesting like a pregnant woman, like getting everything ready at the house.
yes, he is. I mean, he told me he can't wait to hear baby footsteps coming down the hallway. Like,
whoa.
So maybe that was like a little bit too much to share.
Too much.
I don't know. Is it refreshing to you to find a guy who's interested, obviously, in family life, or is that something you don't want?
Yeah, it's refreshing to know that a guy wants to have a family someday. I do too, but it's creepy that he's collecting baby clothes. He doesn't have a baby.
I know.
Yeah.
It'd be weird for a single girl even to do that.
That's true.
Yeah,
like if you went over to his house after your date and you open up the closet and you just see a bunch of baby clothes. It's not sexy.
Oh, what was your response to him?
I mean, my response was just to sit there and to listen to him. I mean, he's still talking about how he can't wait to hear his baby say "dada."
It's kind
Now, hang on, that's not fair.
What? Who's that?
Oh, that's Ethan. Ethan's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Hey, Alyssa.
And apparently he couldn't wait any longer and had to pipe in.
No, man,
Are you
there's nothing
serious?
wrong with wanting to have a baby.
You've been listening to this the whole time?
Yeah, because you wouldn't return my calls or my texts or anything.
So you call radio station and have them call me and listen.
Well, I really liked you, and apparently you thought I was weird.
I mean, it was really weird talking about a baby that you don't have for 30 minutes. What was I supposed to say to you?
I mean, is it that weird that you would think about the baby you might have someday? For 30 minutes isn't that long to talk about babies.
I don't know. On a first date, even if I were out with a woman and she was like talking about the baby that she wanted so badly, that would scare me. It wouldn't. I mean, obviously, it wouldn't scare you, Ethan, but it would scare a lot of dudes.
Yeah, but like the matchmaker already found somebody that I knew was like really serious and wanting a commitment too. So I just figured it wouldn't scare that person off.
Well, it scared me.
Ethan, I mean, I think everyone agrees that it's sweet that you're excited about fatherhood. But the collecting of the baby clothes, do you bring that up often on a first date?
I mean, first off, to call it a collection is kind of going a little overboard. It's not a collection. It's not like I have a room full of the stuff.
Okay, so how many items?
If we're talking about just anything having to do with babies, I've got like 15 things.
Whoa.
But like they're not all, like 7 of them are onesies. And the thing is, like, everybody thinks this is a big joke, ha ha ha, it's really funny, but I'm actually prepared for fatherhood.
No, I think it's great. I just think it's great when you find out maybe like 2 months into a relationship that you're that into it.
Ethan, you even told me on a date that you already picked out the names for your kids already.
What?
How long have you been planning this, Ethan?
I don't know why you guys think this is weird. I've been dreaming about having kids since I was a kid.
You're so sweet.
What are the names of your kids that you don't have yet, if I can ask, or is that a secret?
Well, I mean, I want to have a boy and a girl, obviously.
Oh, yeah, and you get to choose, obviously.
He said for a boy would be Ken, and he would name his girl Sanctuary.
Sanctuary and Ken.
Yeah.
The Ken kind of throws me.
Yeah, it is. When you come up with Sanctuary, where it is.
You know, you guys can say whatever you want to say, but I'm probably the only guy in this room on this phone that's actually preparing for childhood. I'm not embarrassed about that. I'm not ashamed about that, and I don't think that people should reject me because of it.
I actually agree with what you're saying. I do, Ethan. I mean, he knows what he wants. He maybe gave you way too much information on the first date, and that's his bad for oversharing.
I didn't plan on having a girl named Sanctuary.
Yeah, that one you need to negotiate for sure.
Debatable. We could talk.
Well, Alyssa, would you like to go out with Ethan on another date? We will pay for it.
I don't know about all this. I mean, doesn't it seem weird to you all? This is crazy. It's creepy.
No, not at all. Like, every dude that I've known when we were kids, like, we would just sit around the playground and talk about the kids we were going to have one day.
And did they collect clothes?
Yeah, of course. It's a totally normal dude thing.
It's a little overwhelming, but I don't think that it's creepy.
I mean, Alyssa, I feel like you're not giving me a chance. I feel like we should go out again because I have proven to you that I'm an honest, straightforward guy and that I have a long-term plan.
And his clock is ticking, Alyssa. He doesn't have as much time.
I guess so. One more date wouldn't hurt.
So you'll do it. You'll go out with Ethan one more time.
I said yes. Please don't ask me again before I change my mind.
That's awesome.
Congratulations, Ethan.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. And thank you, Alyssa, for giving me another chance. And we can talk about Sanctuary. We'll discuss names later. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk about the kids again.
Good choice.
All right. Well, good luck, you guys. Keep us updated, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And Alyssa?
Yes.
If he says he's on the pill, don't believe him. What do you do when you've exhausted all options in the dating world?
Oof.
When plenty of fish has thrown you back?
That's so sad.
And you've swiped so many times, you reach the end of Tinder, and then your phone explodes. That's what happens when you get to the end of Tinder. Well, you have to call in the big guns and hire a matchmaker. And that's apparently what the guy on the phone for a second date did today. He found the girl that he went out with by using a matchmaker because nothing else on the planet worked for him. Ethan, was that a good recap of why you hired a matchmaker?
I guess so. It kind of makes me sound pathetic, to be totally honest.
Oh, that's not what I was going for. I was trying to make it sound like you were just using a creative method that a lot of people don't use. I wasn't trying to make it sound pathetic at all.
Well, now I'm just sad.
Yeah. It makes the girl who decided to go out with you even more pathetic than you.
Oh, well, that's a positive.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pathetic.
Yeah.
That's something. Only the really pathetic ones will go out with me.
Right.
That's great.
Your email said that you used a matchmaker. I'm just making fun of it because I don't normally see that. Usually it's like online or you meet somebody in person, but why hire a matchmaker?
You know, you mentioned Tinder and stuff like that, and I feel like even when people say they're kind of looking for relationships on those kind of sites, they're really not.
Right.
And I'm kind of over just going on dates. I want to find something serious. I got all that out of my system, you know,
Right.
and I want to settle down.
So I don't know a whole lot about matchmakers. Does that mean that the girl is also paying this woman to matchmake her?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Yeah,
Okay.
They find someone who's also using their service who matches you to the best of their ability, and then they get you in touch with each other.
Okay.
How do they figure out who to match you up with?
You have to fill out a profile, and it's a lot like the dating sites online. It's just that this person is more professional and they're more serious, and they're good at sort of figuring out really successfully who your best match is.
Oh, you sound like a pitchman because obviously it wasn't too successful. She's not calling you back.
I mean, it worked for me. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
But apparently the woman you went out with didn't think it was as great. What's her name?
Her name's Alyssa.
Alyssa.
What'd you guys do on your date?
We went out for lunch.
Oh, that's very low key.
Yeah.
That's the way this matchmaker runs it. They want to make sure the first date is really easy and low key.
Okay.
Oh.
And what was it like?
When I first met her, she was so pretty, I was nervous.
Oh, cute.
But the matchmaker suggested this thing to kind of break the ice. It's a game called First Photo.
First photo. And what is that? Like you show a photo when you're a kid or something?
No, it's like you each just pull up the first photo on your phone and show it to the other person.
Okay, well, I'm glad that they
That's-
tell you that beforehand so
Yeah.
you can prepare.
That could be really bad.
Oh, yeah. I had to delete a couple before the date. I'm just kidding.
So what was your first photo then?
Mine was just my nephew because I'd just seen him. And he's a good kid. And hers was her and her mom.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
First off, I was like, oh, great. She loves family, too. Secondly, her mom was really hot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It's always a
And-
good sign.
Nice.
You end up marrying the mom.
If that's what she's going to age into, we're going to be okay.
And did you tell her that? Did you tell her how hot her mom was over and over?
No.
So what were the awkward moments on the date?
Well, okay, here's the thing. So we're eating. Everything's going really well. And then I noticed there's like a hair on her face. And I'm like, A, I don't want it to fall into her food. And B, this might be a good excuse to touch her. You know?
Weird. So,
That's a weird
so
way
like
to do it.
rub her cheek?
Yeah, like, hey, you got something on your cheek. I don't want it to fall on your food. Here. And I go to wipe it off.
Are you hoping you like go to grab the hair and then you touch her cheek and time stops and then you guys make out? Is that what you hope for?
I mean, I wasn't going to say that was going to happen, but if it did,
Yeah.
that would be fine.
Okay, so the romantic hair on her face. What happened?
Right. Well, it wasn't just on her face. It was in her face.
Okay.
It was a real hair. It was
Oh
a hair
my
coming
God.
out of her face.
Oh, man, you plucked a hair on her face?
I pulled it right out.
How big was his hair?
Oh my God.
It was big enough for me to see it across the table.
Okay, wait.
Yanked
Hold
a
on.
piece of hair out of her
Where
head.
was the hair? Was it like chin area or mustache
It
area?
was like on the side of her chin, kind of.
Oh God.
Oh, wow. Was she embarrassed?
I mean, I think we were both a little embarrassed.
Oh my God, I'm
What did she
embarrassed.
say?
She didn't say anything. She just kind of stared at me, and I kind of wiped my hand on the napkin, and there was just like, so anyway.
And you just plugged through, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were able to recover.
Yes, we went somewhere else for dessert. The rest of the day went really well, and I hugged her goodbye, and it was a really nice hug. It was one of those, kind of lingered for a few seconds.
Okay. Now, was it you lingering or her? Like,
I think it was both of us.
You didn't feel her like pushing you away, and you're still holding on.
Yeah, no, nothing like that.
All right. And how long has it been since you heard from her?
It's like 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days. And have you tried to get a hold of her?
I've called, I've texted, and I have not heard anything. I have not brought up the hair. And,
Good.
Probably a good idea.
I thought things were going great. She seemed to really have a good time, so I honestly don't know why she wouldn't respond to me.
Okay. Well, we'll play a song, come back, and then find out if you got a second date or if you get ditched.
I really appreciate it, guys.
Yep, no problem. Hang on.